What makes advertisement so powerful? Some people think it's about the visibility, but no, it is not the visibility. The biggest question that the customer is having, how it solve my pain, or how it solve, what is in it for me? Advertising is not a short-term game. Advertising can't generate short-term results. Advertising is a long-term game. Customers start building trust on the brand. When the trust happens, it translates into the brand equity.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Legendary Marketers, proudly brought to you by the Marketing Alumni Association of the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. Today in discussion, I have a very special person and we are going to talk about something that goes hand in hand with marketing, something that we really cannot talk about marketing without. And for that, I have the perfect person in the show with us today, that is Mr. Lalith Sumanasiri, the Managing Director of Ogilvy Media, Ogilvy Digital and Geometry. Mr. Sumanasiri, we are so excited to have you on the show and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me here for your Legendary Marketers
It's
program.
our pleasure.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
So on that note, Mr. Sumanasiri, what do you think that makes an advertisement truly powerful and memorable?
Yeah, it's a very important question for all of us who are in advertising and who are in marketing. What makes advertisement so powerful? Some people think it's about the visibility, but no, it is not the visibility. It is the resonance that you create. When it comes to resonance, basically there are three factors. One, whether your advertising is built on a powerful insight. What is an insight? Insight is a tension or a pain that a customer is having. So that if advertiser understand that pain or a tension or maybe fear or hope or aspiration, and if you build your advertising based on that, then when customer or people see that advertisement, they feel this brand understands me. This brand is providing a solution to my pain. So then they engage with the communication, they engage with the brand. So that is the insight, the number one. Number two, the simplicity. Today's world is highly complicated, and the attention is a scarce resource. When you're scrolling down through your feed, it's a fraction of a second you get from the customer. So if you can't communicate your message simply, that ad is not a powerful ad. So you should be able to explain your idea in few words. That's very important in a attention scarce environment. So that is the simplicity. And the third one, the most important one, is the cultural relevance. Why cultural relevance? We all are living in a cultural setup. So then advertising is not just simple message. So when you are resonate with the culture, when you are challenging the culture, or when you are reshaping the culture or directing the culture where our customers are living in, right? So then people feel this brand, this communication is talking to me, they feel me, they understand me. So when these three things comes together, the insight, simplicity and the cultural resonance, that becomes a very powerful ad. Actually, this powerful ad is not just a message, It's a emotional footprint. People do not remember ads. People remember how that ad makes me feel. Right? If you are having some memory for certain advertisement just because it's not the brand, but how that advertisement makes you feel. Right? That is how you create a powerful advertising.
Understood. So now we know more or less the do's in advertising. And what do you think are the don'ts, or basically like the biggest mistakes that the brands and the companies make when they do advertising?
I can talk hundreds of mistakes, but what I'll do, for the interest of time, I'll pick few big mistakes that advertisers are doing.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right? It's like this. Most of the brand managers or the brand custodians love their brand. Right? They want to talk about their brands. Right? The brand features, or the ingredients, or the awards, or some achievements. Right? When they talk to us, they brief these things. My brand is so great. We have won this award. We have these features. So if you put those things to an advertisement, our customers do not care about those. Right? They don't want to know about those. For customer, the biggest question that the customer is having, how it solve my pain, or how it solve, what is in it for me, what it means to me. If I say my brand is the number one brand, customer says, so what? But if I say my brand is helping you to solve this problem, my brand is helping you to make your life much better, customer will listen. But if I say my brand is so big, who cares? So that is the biggest mistake sometimes most of the marketers do. They talk big about the brands, but they don't tell what brands can do to the customer. So that is the number one mistake we do. Number two is they think it's a short-term game. It's a short-term thinking, they think. Advertising is not a short-term game. Advertising can't generate short-term results. Advertising is a long-term game. Why short-term? They think, okay, they need to make a sale, they need to communicate, maybe discount-led communication, right? But advertising is building a memory structure. Right? Once you build that memory structure in the consumer's mind, right? So then people will remember that. Customer will remember that. When customer remember it, it will translate to preference when they're going to make a purchase. Right? So advertising is not a short-term thing. And the third one, the most important one, the consistency. When brand keeps changing its voice, its proposition, its positioning continuously, which I talked about, that memory structure, that won't build. Because brands keep changing. Right?
Yeah.
When you keep changing, it confuses the consumer. Right? So your tagline, your tone, your voice, your positioning need to have certain consistency. So then when you have this consistency, long-term thinking, right? And it's about the consumer, not about the brand. So with all that, basically what happened, customers start building trust on the brand. When the trust happens, it translates into the brand equity. When you build the equity, it translates to your long-term profitability. That is why I said advertising is not a short-term game. It's not gambling. If you go to gambling, you just bet either you win or lose. Advertising doesn't do that. Advertising is a long-term investment. If you are believing in advertising, you need to have the patience to see the results in long term. So those are the three big mistakes sometimes advertisers or the brand custodians do.
Thank you for sharing that. I believe a lot of marketers would have a lot to think about after this discussion. All right, so building on that, Mr. Sumanasiri, I think with the introduction of AI, a lot has changed. So I'm pretty sure it has some impact on advertising and especially on creativity and things like that. So what's your take on that?
AI is a very important, very powerful tool, but it's not an idea. It's a tool. AI is transforming the advertising industry. I would like to pick three areas that AI had made a huge impact. One, the speed. In the past, we took weeks and months to create some content, some advertising. But now, those which took weeks now takes only hours.
Yeah.
The speed and the scale. Those days, producing content is a big task, and delivering content was a tremendous task. But today, we can understand customers and we can customize, we can personalize the content at a mass scale, which we couldn't do in the past. So that is the second biggest transformation that had happened, the scale. And the third, that is the most important thing, the precision. We didn't have the customer data. We were working on our gut feel in most cases, but now we have the customer data. We have the purchase pattern. We have the behavioral pattern. We have the micro level understanding of our customers. So the precision targeting can be done. There's a popular saying for advertising, 50% of my advertising budget is a waste, but I don't know that 50%. That statement is not valid now. The reason is now we can target like laser with AI. These are the three big changes happening. But your question, is AI harming the creativity? Simple answer is no. AI is not a challenge to the creativity. Why? AI can't create authentic human experience. Advertising requires the authenticity. But of course, AI is helping us to understand the consumer. But AI can't feel the emotions. AI can't understand the cultural tensions. But AI can help the creative executions. So, what is happening is we are using AI, but AI can't replace the human imaginations. Creativity is coming through the human imaginations. That is the most important thing. So, you should not slave to AI, but you can use AI to create better advertising, to understand our customers in a more meaningful way. So, my simple answer is advertising is not dying due to AI, but bad advertising will die due to AI.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take because we have heard a lot about how AI becomes a danger to advertising, but you rather explain how it is actually a helping tool for the marketers
Yes.
in creating like better advertising,
Yeah.
which is great. All right. So, Mr. Sumanasiri, one final question before we wrap up. So, we talked a lot about advertising, the do's and don'ts, and also the impact of AI. So, what's your one final message that you would love to give the future marketers and the marketers in the field?
Okay. I really appreciate this question. Being a Marketing Alumni Association, I think it is our responsibility to educate and inspire future marketers. When it comes to advertising, I want to say advertising is one of the most fascinating industry in the world. You can't do same advertising twice. It's challenging. Same time, you have the freedom to create great work. So, what inspire someone to join advertising? Advertising is sitting in a intersection of culture, art, history, business, and the media economics. Right? If you look at the intersection of all these sections or the subjects that I mentioned, advertising is in the center. It's demanding. It's demanding in terms of the understanding consumer. It's demanding in terms of converting these consumer insights into idea. It's demanding converting this idea into a great creative executions. It's demanding taking these creative executions to the right customers. But it's rewarding. When you see your advertising works, when you see your brands are building, right, it's rewarding. So, what I want to tell you or tell the future marketers who aspires to be an advertising professional, be curious, ask questions, challenge our assumptions, understand the culture, understand the behavioral economics, behavioral science, or the customer behavior, understand the art and the history. Because advertising, there is no exact place that you can pick ideas. Ideas can come from anywhere. The ideas become so powerful when you have powerful insights. Powerful insights come from your understanding of the culture, history, art, science, consumer behavior. It can come from anywhere. Hence, be curious. Study consumer behavior. Right? Question everything. Question our assumptions. Right? Learn from anything, from everywhere. Your observations. Even if you are walking on the road, just observe. There are things that you can learn. When you go for shopping, see how others do shopping. When you talk to people, see what they are talking and what they are not talking. When they say something, try to understand what they don't say. They are the creativity. They are the insights. If you want to come to advertising, you should be able to see the things where others do not see. You should be able to understand things that where others can't understand. That is where the creativity comes. So, it's a very interesting industry. It's challenging industry, rewarding industry. If you need any support, I'm here.
Oh, that would be interesting to the aspiring marketers to know. If you are in doubt, I think this coming from a marketing professional, advertising professional would be your cue. All right, so with that note, we are going to end today's episode. Thank you so much, Mr. Lalith Sumanasiri, again, for sharing all the insights that you have like in and out of the field with the years of your experience. And we are really honored that you are a part of Chapra Marketing. You are a proud product of Chapra Marketing as well. All right, with that, thank you once again, Mr. Lalith Sumanasiri, for joining with us today and sharing your valuable insights. Anything you want to add before we wrap up for today?
Yeah. Finally, I want to say one thing. That is, markets are changing. Platforms are evolving. Technology is accelerating. But one thing remains constant, that is human emotions. As long as advertising is built on human emotions, advertising will be there forever. So, finally, thank you very much for inviting me to share my thoughts. It's a great pleasure, and wish you all the very best for the Marketing Alumni Association. And you are doing a noble job nurturing our future marketers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, with that, we are wrapping up today's episode. Stay tuned for more insightful episodes. Thank you.